Hey, I have a really important message today for myself and for all of you guys. You are not as fragile as people are making it out to seem. What I mean by that is when we shift our DNA, when we uncap our chakras, when we expand our light body, when we are ascending, there are a lot of people that are talking about once you change and shift those things, you have to be extremely careful of what vibrations you're around. To me, that kind of defeats the purpose of ascending. For me, what makes sense to me is that when you remember your mission here to raise your vibration and sustain it, when you remember and you're guided to these areas in your life that are transforming your consciousness and waking up your DNA to all its possibilities, when you are sustaining frequencies and you're teaching this physical body how to do that, I feel like we're more powerful than that, that we don't have to decrease and decrease and decrease our reality because our vibration is higher. I feel like it's kind of the opposite. If our frequency raises and we have more capacity with our DNA and our light body has shifted to hold higher frequencies in these bodies, we become super beings. Like we're like a super being. And yes, does it require a little bit of maintenance, like brushing your teeth? Yes. You have a new light body, you have new DNA, you have a new chakra system. That requires some maintenance. That requires that you get up in the morning and you command and demand what frequency you're expanded into. And you draw that into every cell of your body and space of your being. But then go forth. Then go forth, magnificent being. You are infinite. You are an ascended frequency in these like bodies. That's like freaking powerful. Why would we have to get smaller as we get bigger? Huh? I'm sorry, that makes no sense to me. Nothing in my whole makeup aligns with that. As we get infinite, more infinite, and we awaken to that, as we get more infinite and bigger and more and awake to that possibility, we get smaller and we have a smaller life? No, it doesn't make any sense. However, what if they want you to think that? Maybe there's some oppositional forces that want you to think like as you raise your vibration, you have to hunker down and can't be around certain things and affect certain things. To me, that seems like a pretty big lie. To me, that seems like an oppositional force trying not to have ascended infinite beings on planet Earth. To me, there's something off there. So, if you are around a group, a tribe, whatever it is that are saying, as you ascend and have higher frequencies and you shift your DNA and as you increase your capacities, you have to decrease who and what you're around, I would walk away from that group. Feel into that. Feel into this. This makes no sense. As you are expanding, they're saying your reality gets smaller. That is not so. As you are expanding, your reality gets bigger. Your capacity gets more. You have more capacity to hold things and to slough stuff off. Listen, like when we're changing DNA, what we're doing is activating the DNA that has been quieted and has been asleep. Okay? Like DNA and your brain has so much more capacity than scientists know what to do with or even know what it does. And us light workers and energy workers are getting onto this, and we're activating the other parts of the brain and the DNA and the light body. This doesn't make your universe smaller, this makes it bigger. And it makes it possible to be on planet Earth and be a higher frequency and be the volunteer you came here to be, to show people how to expand that light on planet Earth. Now, there are some other agendas going on, people ascending and going to different planets and doing different things. Let them have that agenda. But if you are here with me as a volunteer of the Earth, if you've expanded and woken up part of your DNA, if you have shifted your light body into a bigger capacity to hold higher frequencies in a physical body, you do not have to get your life smaller. You're here to be bigger. And as we create a higher frequency collective on this planet, you are needed. So while you may feel like, yeah, I don't do these certain things, I don't show up for that or do this anymore, follow your own lightness. But we don't have to be in fear that we're going to shut down our DNA and lower our frequency. No, you've claimed that, you've shifted that. That's you. That's not going away. As long as you stay in agreement with the choice every day to have that capacity to sustain that frequency, you are that. Now, what I love to do to sustain those frequencies is I'd like to do vocal toning. I make a command and demand of where I am living from. I expand my source frequency into everything and every cell and every space of my being. And I do this several times a day. It's no big deal. Like when I'm brushing my teeth, I do it. When I'm eating a meal, I do it. If I'm feeling tired, I do this. It's just you get in the habit of making the command and demand of where you are functioning from. Do not let people tell you that your life has to get smaller because your vibration will lower if you're around low vibrational things. No, you've just increased your capacity. You are the universe incarnate. You are source energy. You are the highest dimensional beings. Once you've done this DNA work and evolved your light body and raised your frequency and can sustain it. And now the next piece is like telepathy and transmutation and transmigration. And I mean, it's like we get to practice in so many fun areas, but you can't have that if you're not willing to own your capacity. Your capacities that you've just opened up. You've just expanded into these infinite, huge, amazing beings. And you're following the advice of people that are saying live in fear. You just left that paradigm, and now someone else is creating more fear because they do not want to be to be under the wrath of your infiniteness. So would you be willing? Let me know in the comments. Would you be willing to own your infinite nature? Would you be willing to claim all that you are right now as you've grown into your DNA, as you've grown into your evolved light body, as you've grown into your the new map of your chakras, as you've grown into your infinite beingness, as you've grown out of your soul, and now you just are beingness and knowingness. Beautiful being. Anything, anyone, any group that has you fear-ridden is making you smaller. Okay? And that's not why we're here. We're here not to contract in fear anymore. And so the awakening journey can be a double-edged sword. Okay, there's different things that we're drawn to, right? There's different things that say, here's some tools to expand yourself, to raise your DNA, to, get to bigger capacities. But then they say, and oh, you've been slimed. Oh, you can't go here. Oh, don't listen to a singing bowl. That's going to lower your frequency. Oh, don't do this. No, 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 no. Follow your knowing around this that has nothing to do with fear. Okay? If anything is laced in fear, it's not true. It's a lie. And it's something or someone trying to control you and control your amazing capacities. My fellow volunteer, you are here on this planet right now as a light worker, as a starseed, as a volunteer to go through this awakening, this ascension, and this expansion of light and universal energy in these physical bodies. You're here to be the forerunners to show how this works. Do not let anyone tell you that you have to get smaller to ascend. That's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And I'm speaking up about this because we need you here. Now, if you have a different mission to go off planet, go for it. But if you really feel like you are here to embody and to be the forerunners of evolving the light body, evolving the chakra system, evolving the DNA, evolving the brain, for capacities that humans came here to do, and we're the forerunners of teaching that, just by doing it. And by doing that, we are laying anchors of frequency for the earth to ascend to. So thank you. Thank you for being here and creating this collective consciousness with me, for me, with me, as me, because we are all one. I just saw Bashar talk about a subatomic particle. There's one subatomic particle in the whole universe. One. And it's moving so fast that it's one subatomic particle that's creating everything. Pretty interesting, isn't it? So, perhaps we really are one and the same. And perhaps we can affect that subatomic particle. And we are, right? So, okay, so here we have the 3D collective, which is huge, right? And has certain frequency, denser frequencies in it. You and I we're living in it, but not of it. Because we're over here creating the higher frequency collective, and we want to grow it, right? Perhaps that's our mission. Do you feel like that's your mission? I feel like it's my mission. So as we're growing it, we need these capacities to be ascended people, ascended frequencies in these physical bodies. Now, as I said in my live on Friday, the chakra system is not a set system. It had capped vortices of energy. And as we ascend and take in higher frequencies in these bodies, they have to be uncapped and expanded. So the chakra system is evolving. And it needs to if you're going to sustain higher frequencies. And this is how we do that. So that you do not have to get smaller as you awaken. So we don't have to go lock ourselves in a closet so that we're not around, lower frequencies. This is ridiculous. And I was living that for a little while until it hit me like a brick that, no, this doesn't make any sense. This makes no sense that as I increase my capacities and I step into my infinite beingness, that I would get smaller and less effective on the planet. Makes no sense. So follow your own knowing with this, but I'm just letting you know that for me, it doesn't make sense. And maybe if you had a spark of that and you just needed to hear this too, that this may help you be like, oh, fuck yeah, I'm an infinite being. Like, out of my way. You just opened up so many capacities for yourself by all this light work that you've been doing. So the rest of the week, what I'm going to be doing is, and if you're listening to this, it's out of order, whatever, go back and listen to the different videos I have of uncapping the chakras, okay? The video before this is uncapping the heart chakra, and the video after this one is going to be on uncapping the root, okay? Please go to the heart one first, and then the root, if you see this, or go to wherever you feel called to go. But I feel called to offer it as the heart chakra first, then going from the root and then on up. So beautiful, infinite being. Are you with me? High five. Put a high five down in the comments. I hope this helped. I hope this made you feel more into your capacities. And like, there's so many stories out there. A story is just a story. It's a box reality, okay? Feel into where you are right now in this 10, 17 seconds. Yeah. Are you in this box of the story? Or are you busting through the box and asking every moment, well, that was a fun story for a little while, but now I can't fit into the box anymore. It's like we're constantly being hermit crabs, getting a new shell, okay? Beautiful infinite being. We get the shell of this energy system, and we get the shell of this next energy system and this next philosophy, and then we keep growing out, bust the shell out, and we grow out and bust the shell out until we don't need a shell anymore. You know, I have found that so many times in my journey with the different aspects that I studied and trained with, and I had to just keep busting out of that shell until now there's not really a shell. It's just I work with my infinite beingness. And I just feel like right now, 2021, that we need all infinite beings on deck here on planet Earth. And as you are ascending on planet Earth, there's ascending that's happening through the whole universe, all the dimensions. This isn't what's happening here happens here. What happens here happens there. So, if you have been a person that's been scared of lowering your frequency, scared of being around certain lower vibe things, claim your infinite beingness. Claim the capacities that you just opened up. Claim your abilities. You are huge. Nothing in the 3D world can, like, it's just like a little gnat. It's a gnat. You got this. You got this. So beautiful being, if you would like some tools and practices to play with through your day, to keep claiming and demanding where you are vibrating from, I have free discovery calls, so feel free to take advantage of that. Or I have a 3-month immersion program, or I have single sessions that you can get the support. You know, as infinite beings, we know what we know, and we don't need a lot of support, but every once in a while, it's helpful. Every once in a while, we feel like we're at a plateau and ready to really expand to the next thing. And that's the time we can reach out for some support. I'm here for you, and I'd be honored to help you along the journey. And we need you. We need your infinite beingness. So come on along. Thanks for being here. If you're not subscribed yet, join the tribe. Click the bell because I go live every Friday, and clicking the bell lets you know exactly when I'm live. So beautiful being. Thank you for all you be. Thank you for letting go of the fear and accepting your capacities and your bigness. And I'm excited for what we're doing together. I'll see you in the next video.